from the NIRSA Championship Series studios in Tallahassee, Florida at Florida State University. I'm David Peters, and this is a special edition of Series Talk. It's time to preview the NIRSA National Soccer Championships coming to Foley, Alabama, November 28th through December 1st. We're excited to have you today as we talk about pool play. We'll tell you about the pools in our women's and men's championship and open divisions, so you can see the matchups as we head into those first 2 days of action and then into the playoffs as we get ready to crown some national champions on Saturday, December 1st down in Foley, Alabama. And let's get started. No analysis today because you can check out more about the tournament at NIRSAplay.com, and our team is already getting ready for the holidays, as many of you are, and then getting ready for the tournament. So check our previews there online and also follow us on social media at NIRSAChamp on Twitter and on Instagram for coverage of the tournament throughout the weekend in Foley. But let's get started with our women's division, and we will begin with Pool Play and Pool A, where it'll be UC Santa Barbara, Virginia, and Ohio State doing battle. And in our women's championship division, just like the men's championship division, the top 2 teams will advance out of pool play and into the championship playoffs. From Pool B, we'll look at Illinois, Fordham, and NC State. Pool C has Colorado, Gonzaga, and Northeastern. And in Pool D, it's Texas, the College of New Jersey, and Michigan State. Women's championship division, Pool E, has the Tar Heels from North Carolina, Washington University of St. Louis, and Cal Berkeley. And Pool F features the Michigan Wolverines, the Yukon Huskies, and the Texas A&M Aggies. Pool G has Colorado State, Clemson, and Kansas. And rounding out the women's championship side, in Pool H is UC Davis, Wisconsin, and Iowa State. In fact, let's go ahead and take a look at all of those pools on the screen at once so you can take a quick review. From Pool A to Pool H in our women's championship division. Championship playoff brackets look like this for both the women and the men. As I mentioned, the top 2 teams from each of our pools advance into the playoffs. The third place team will move into a consolation bracket separately. But here in the championship bracket, you will see that the first place team from Pool A will play the runner-up from Pool D there in the upper left. And you can see each of our champions and our runner-ups are slotted in the bracket. The women's championship match takes place to round out our tournament on Saturday, December 1st at 5 p.m. Central Time. Watch for coverage on NIRSAplay.com. From our women's championship division, let's move to the women's open division as we continue on with our pool play reveals today. And in our open division, we have 4-team pools. So for the 24 teams we have, we'll have 6 pools. Out of those 6 pools, the champion only will advance to the playoffs, along with 2 wild cards out of the entire set of pools. That makes 8 teams that will advance out of pool play, again on the open side. So let's get started with our women's pools, and we'll start with Pool A, where Oregon will do battle with Iowa, Vermont, and Missouri State. In Pool B, it's Penn State, UCLA, Purdue, and Minnesota. Pool C features Virginia Tech, Cincinnati, Texas Tech, and Towson. And Pool D has James Madison, Grand Valley State, Missouri, and Denver. And finally, we go to Pool E with San Diego State, the Colorado School of Mines, Maryland, and Georgia Tech. And Pool F includes Southern Cal, Boston College, Colorado Springs, or UCCS, and Kennesaw State. And those are your teams as we look at our women's open division. In fact, let's go ahead and take a look at all of those teams one more time. And there's that reminder for the playoffs that it's pool champions plus 2 wild cards. And they'll be slotted once the teams are known in an 8-team bracket there at the tournament site. So there's no predetermination of that bracket like our championship division. And the final 4 women's open will occur on Saturday at 1 p.m. Central Time. Coverage at NIRSAplay.com. Let's shift to the men's side of the tournament. Still 48 more teams, 24 in our championship division and 24 in the open division for the men. And we'll begin with the championship division, where we have 8 pools once again, 3-team pools. The top 2 teams from each pool will move to the championship playoffs, and our third place team will move into a consolation bracket. And so we'll begin with Pool A in our men's championship division, and it features Colorado State, San Jose State, and North Carolina. In Pool B, Virginia Tech, Oregon, and the Orange Squad from Illinois. In Pool C, Michigan, Fordham, and Arizona. And in Pool D, it's Virginia, Pittsburgh, and BYU. In Pool E, UC Davis, Michigan State, and UT Rio Grande Valley. And in Pool F, Delaware, Colorado, and the Buckeyes from Ohio State. And our final two pools for championship division play on the men's side, in Pool G, it's Wisconsin, Texas Tech, and Cal Poly. And in Pool H, Texas, Florida, and Cincinnati. Let's show you all of those teams once again so you can see where everyone stands. And again, there's Pool A through Pool H for the men's championship division here in the 2019 NIRSA National Soccer Championships. Just like our women's side, our championship playoffs have been set, or at least we have the format for those, and you'll see that the first place team for Pool A will face off against the second place team from Pool D. That's in the upper left. You can see the lineups for our pool champions and pool runner-up across this bracket for our championship division. The men's national championship match will take place at 3 p.m. Central Time on Saturday, December 1st. Follow the coverage live from Foley, Alabama on NIRSAplay.com or online through our social media at NIRSAChamp on Twitter and Instagram. Just one more pool to go, and that is Men's Open. We've got 24 teams, 6 total pools, and they have 4 teams each, makes it 24. And in Men's Open, just the champion of the pool will move into the Open Division playoffs, along with 2 wild cards. That'll make 8 teams that will compete for the Open Division Championship. All right, let's get started again with our Men's Open. And you'll see that here in Pool A, we have the Hurricanes from Miami, Florida. We've got Missouri, Cal State Fullerton, and Minnesota Mankato. In Pool B, it's the Blue Squad from Illinois, Cornell, Northern Iowa, and Houston Community College. Pool C features San Diego State, LSU, Villanova, and Georgia College. And in Pool D, it's Minnesota, Kansas, Utah Valley, and High Point. And rounding out our men's open pools, it's Pool E with James Madison, UConn, Colorado College, and Butler. And in Pool F, UCLA, Iowa State, Dayton, and Carnegie Mellon. And once again, let's take a look at all of those teams and the 6 pools. Playoffs again. Pool champions plus 2 wildcards. The final for Men's Open is also on Saturday at 1 p.m. Central Time. Coverage at NIRSAplay.com. And that's it. 96 teams in all headed to Foley, Alabama for our 25th anniversary of the NIRSA National Soccer Championships. Good luck to many of you who will be making the travels down to the Gulf Coast in the coming days. A couple of quick reminders. Our team representatives received a complete email with all kinds of details from headquarters in the last couple of days. But a few things to know. Teams, don't forget to check in at the Foley Sports Tourism Complex there in Foley on Wednesday afternoon between 4 and 7 p.m. Central Time. And our fields will be open between 2 and 7 for you to get a practice in that Wednesday afternoon. Pool play matches begin Thursday morning at 8 a.m. They continue throughout the day Thursday and into Friday before we transfer over into championship and open division playoff action. Everything concludes on Saturday, December the 1st with our men's open and women's open finals. Those are both at 1 p.m. Central. And then it's the men's championship division national championship match at 3 p.m. and the women's final at 5 p.m. You can follow all of the action all weekend long online at NIRSAplay.com and on social media at NIRSAChamp on Twitter and on Instagram. That'll do it. From Florida State University, I'm David Peters. Thanks for joining us for this special edition of Series Talk. Good luck in this year's NIRSA National Soccer Championships. This is a production of NIRSA, Leaders in Collegiate Recreation.